Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanath Swaminiti Namini. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namini. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarini. Umajnanattimiradasya jnananjana salakaya chakshurunmilitam mena tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitamena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandegam Sri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sakagana Raghunadanvitam Tam Sajeevam Sadvaidam Sabadutam Parijana Sagitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sakagana Lalita Sri Visakanvitamscha. He Krishna Karma Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpati Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namo Sute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavani Svari Prishavanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarabhyascha Kripa Sindhubhye Vachapatitana Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Isvaraga Paramaha Krishna Sachidananda Vigraga Anadi Radhir Govindaga Sarva Karana Karanam. Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna. By the causeless mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, we are nicely studying Bhagavad Gita, the knowledge which can be joyfully performed, very happily, Susukam Kartam, and the everlasting knowledge of Vyam. So now, by Krishna's mercy, we have finished 12 slokas in the 17th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the 3 divisions of faith. Of course, everything is based on the 3 modes of material nature. Sattvani Rupa Sarvasya Shraddha Bhavati Bharat. So our faith is formed based upon our circumstances. So based upon our existence. Sattvana Rupa Sarvasya. So we have to purify our existence. So then we will have faith on Krishna. We will have faith on Bhagavad Gita. So Ayu Sattva, Sattva Bala Arogya. So that's what we studied earlier. So our existence will get purified if we take prasadam offered to Krishna in the mode of goodness. So like that, all the activities, whatever we do, they have to be done only for the purification of ourself. Kayena manasa buddhya kevalair indriye api yoginaga karma kurvanti sangam tyaktva atma suddhi. So with the body, with the mind, with the senses, so kayena, with the intelligence, with the senses. So whatever we do, whatever karma, whatever action we do, yoginaka karma kurvanti, we have to give up the attachment to the result. Sangam tyakva atma suddhi. So only for the purification of our self. Sangam tyakva atma suddhi. So that way, we have to perform only yajna, dana, tapa, karma, based on what Krishna is teaching in Bhagavad Gita. We know that we are Swabhava, we know that we are controlled by the three modes of material nature. But if we follow Krishna's instructions, Krishna is teaching us very clearly in Bhagavad Gita that we should not give up Yajnadana Tapakarma. Yajnadana Tapakarma Natyajyam Karyameva Tate. So it cannot be given up. It cannot be renounced. Yajnadana Tapakarma. So now in the 17th chapter, we are studying very clearly about all this karma in the three modes of material nature. That means we need to know. We need to know what is yajna in the mode of goodness. We need to do only that. We should not be doing that in the mode of passion and ignorance. So that means we have knowledge. If we have the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, then we will do it everything in the mode of goodness. So if we have the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, the yajna, dana, charity in the mode of goodness, and the tapa, and also the tapa, the austerity due to body, austerity due to mind, and due to speech. That also we are going to study and understand what are all these austerities due to body, mind, and speech. Then austerity in the mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance we are going to study. So, for everything, three slokas. For food, we studied 3 slokas. So, for the food, we studied the mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. And similarly, for yajna, we are going to study 3 slokas. And for tapa, we are going to study 6 slokas. 3 slokas teaching us what are the tapa, austerity due to body, mind, and speech. And then another 3 slokas about austerity in the mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. So then we are going to study also charity in the mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. 3 slokas. Then we are going to study what is Om, Tat, Sat, everything. So we need to understand it. Om, Tat, Sat. So that Om is the Pranava mantra which refers to Krishna. Pranavaga Sarva Vedeshu Sabdaka Ke Paurusham. So that's what Om. So Tat, that. Tat means that. That Om is Sat. It is eternal. So that's what we need to understand, the difference between Sat and Asat. Om, Tat, Sat. So that Om is eternal. That's what Om, Tat, Sat. So we need to understand that Krishna is the eternal Purusha. And we are also eternal, the soul. So we need to understand it. So with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, when we understand all these things, then we will be able to perform yajna, dana, tapa, karma without any attachment to the results. We need not give up yajna, dana, tapa, karma. That's what is going to happen if we have the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. Krishna's mercy, we are getting this knowledge. We are understanding this Bhagavad Gita. So we are understanding each and every sloka very well. And we are going to study again and again. We are not going to stop this. Because it is susukam kartum. It is very joyfully performed. This Bhagavad Gita knowledge, when we study, it gives us joy. When we hear, when we listen to Krishna, it gives us happiness. And when we follow Krishna's instructions, that's giving us happiness. So, this knowledge is the only thing which can keep our mind very peaceful. That's what happened to Arjuna. In the battlefield, when Arjuna was completely helpless, he was totally under big shock. He didn't know what to do at all. He didn't find any means to drive away his grief at all. At that point of time, what helped? This knowledge. This Bhagavad Gita knowledge only helped Arjuna to come out of his such a difficult situation. Soka Samvigna Manasaka. That was his situation. Eva Muktva Arjuna Sankhe Pratopasta Upavisate Visirjya Sasaram Chapam Soka Samvigna Manasaka. That's what Arjuna's situation. So he was Eva Muktva. So Arjuna Sankhe. Arjuna, after said that he will not fight, Arjuna told Krishna that Yadimam Apratiharam Asastram Sastrapanega Dardarashnan Ranekanyu Tanme Kshemattaram Bhaved. So it's better for me to throw away all the arms, all the weapons, and go and stand in front of the sons of Dhritarashtra. So without fighting. So let them come and kill me with all kinds of weapons. That is good for me. That's what Yadimam Apratiharam Asastram Sastrapanega Dardarashnan Ranekanyu Tanme Kshemattaram Bhaved. So having said this, that's what Eva Muktva. So having said, Arjuna Pratopasta Upavisate. So he sat in the chariot. Visirjya Sasaram Chapam. So he set aside the bow and arrows. Soka Samvigna Manasaka, with full of soka, full of grief. So that was Arjuna's situation in the battlefield. So what helped Arjuna to come out of that problem? No medicine, nothing, only the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. They too directly from Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. That's what we are also getting. We are also getting this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita directly from Krishna. So when we study and understand this Bhagavad Gita fully, we are also going to come out of all the problems, all the struggle. Like Arjuna. It happened to Arjuna. Even though he felt very helpless, he didn't know what to do. But with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, he stood up. And because in the beginning, Krishna told Arjuna to get up. So many times Krishna said Arjuna that get up and fight. Tyaktva uttishta. Klaipyam masma gamaka pata naitatvayi upapattede shudram hridaya daurbalyam tyaktva uttishta bar. So this does not become you. This does not befit you. Give up such petty weakness of heart and get up and fight. That's what Krishna told Arjuna in the very beginning. But Arjuna couldn't do that. Arjuna told Krishna, no, I can't. I cannot fight. I shall not fight. That's what Arjuna told when Krishna asked Arjuna to fight. But at the end, after getting the complete knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, after understanding everything from Krishna, Arjuna was able to stand up and fight. That is the effect of Bhagavad Gita knowledge. So Bhagavad Gita gives us all the knowledge we need to do our job very well, to live a very purposeful life. That's what Bhagavad Gita knowledge gives. If we have this Bhagavad Gita knowledge, full knowledge, complete knowledge, so then definitely we are going to make use of it. Definitely we are going to get out of this material way by Krishna's causeless mercy. So that's why we are able to continuously progress and study and understand every sloka very well. The way Krishna is expecting us to understand, we are understanding that way only. We are studying every sloka and understanding very well, and we are also applying the knowledge in our life. We are able to follow Krishna's instructions because this Bhagavad Gita knowledge, so this is the king of knowledge. So this is the king of secrets. So when we are able to study and understand, definitely we are going to follow. That's the reason we are able to study Bhagavad Gita every day and we are able to study and understand Bhagavad Gita. So by Krishna's causeless mercy, now we are in the 17th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. As I said earlier, we finished 12 slokas in the 17th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So what we finished last week in the sloka number 9 to 12. So in the sloka number 8, we earlier already studied that food in the mode of goodness. Then we studied about food in the mode of passion and ignorance. In the mode of goodness, foods dearer to those in the mode of goodness increase the duration of life, purifies one's existence and gives strength, health, and it increases happiness and satisfaction. Sukha priti vivardhanaga. Rasyaga snigdaga stiraga hridayaga agaraga satvika priya. So it is very juicy, fatty, wholesome, and pleasing to the heart. So such foods are dearer to those in the mode of goodness. So that's what we already studied. So then we continued. Krishna is teaching about what we studied last week, food in the mode of passion and ignorance. So that's what we studied. So what Krishna said about food in the mode of passion? Katvamila lavana ushna tikshna ruksha hinaga akara rajasa sheshta dukkha shokha maya pradha. So foods there are bitter, katva, and there are sour, amla, and very salty, lavana, ativushna, very hot, and tikshna, which is burnt, and ruksha, which is dry, and vidakinaga, which is very burning. So such foods are dearer to those in the mode of passion. Ahara rajasasya ishta dukkha sokha maya pradaga. That brings distress, dukkha, misery, soka, amaya, disease. So that's what distress, misery, and disease. Dukkha soka maya pradaga. So that's what food in the mode of passion does. Foods that are too bitter, too sour, salty, hard, pungent, dry, and burning are dear to those in the mode of passion. Such foods cause distress, misery, and disease. Then in the next sloka, what we studied, food in the mode of ignorance. Yatayamam gatarasam puti paryushitam chayat uchishtam chamedyam bhojanam tamasa priyam. Foods that are cooked 3 hours before being eaten. So that's why yata yamam. So that means every time we need to make food fresh. Every meal should be freshly cooked and offered to Krishna. Otherwise, it is in the mode of ignorance. Gata rasam. When the rasa is gone, when the juice is gone, puchi paryushitham chayat. So which is decomposed, smelling, bad smelling, puti, and paryushitam, which is decomposed, and uchishtam api chamedyam. So untouchable and remnants of others. So that's what uchishtam, remnants of others, and amedyam, so untouchable. They are dearer to those in the mode of ignorance. That's what we studied. Food prepared more than 3 hours before being eaten, food that is tasteless, decomposed, and putrid, and food consisting of remnants and untouchable things is dear to those in the mode of darkness. So then we started studying about the yajna. Apalakanshipir yajno viditishto yajyate yastavyam yeveti managa samadaya satvika. So without any desire on the results, apalakankshibir yajno. So the yajna, the sacrifice which is done without expecting any result. This was devoid of desire for result. And followed, it was performed according to the principles, according to the directions of scriptures, vididishtoya ijjat, and which is performed. So yastavyam eveti managa samadaya, by fixing our mind on that. So that kind of yajna, by fixing our mind on Krishna. So that's what is satvikaga, in the mode of goodness. Of sacrifices, the sacrifice performed according to the directions of scripture as a matter of duty by those who desire no reward is of the nature of goodness. So there is yajna in the mode of goodness. That's what we are supposed to do. We are supposed to do yajna in the mode of goodness only. What is in the mode of patience, which we studied last week? Abhisandayatu param dambhatamapi chaivayat ijate bharata shrestha tam yajnam viddhi rajasam. Abhisandayatu param. So in the previous sloka, apala kangshibi means not desiring the result. Whereas here, attached to the results, desiring the results. Abhisandayatu param. And just done only for the sake of pride. Dambhartam apichayvayate ijjate bharata shrestha. Oh, best among the Bharatas. So that kind of yajna, you understand that it is in the mode of patience. Tam yajnam viddhi rajasam. So what Krishna is teaching here. But the sacrifice performed for some material benefit or for the sake of pride, O chief of the Bharatas, you should know to be in the mode of patience. Next, we are studying the slokas for today. So what is yajna in the mode of ignorance? Vidhihinam mashrushtanam mantrahinam madakshinam Shraddha virahitam yajnam tamasham parichakshate. So not following the scriptures. Vidhihinam. Vidhitishto, that is following the scripture. Vidhihinam means not following the scriptures. And not offering any prasadam, not distributing prasadam, ashrishtan, and without chanting the rituals, mantras, so without chanting Vedic hymns, mantrahinam, and without giving anything in charity, adakshinam. So that means without giving the remunerations to the priest, that's what dakshana. So without giving dakshana, that is adakshinam. Shraddha virahitam yajnam. So without any faith, shraddha virahitam. So that kind of yajnam is in the mode of ignorance. Tamasam parichakshate. So any sacrifice performed without regard for the directions of scripture, without distribution of prasadam, without chanting of Vedic hymns, and remunerations to the priests, that is without remunerations to the priests, and without faith is considered to be in the mode of ignorance. Next, today we are going to study about the three types of tapa. So there is austerity due to body, austerity due to mind, austerity due to speech. Then only we will study about the austerity in the mode of goodness, patience, and ignorance. As I mentioned earlier, totally 6 slokas for tapa. Devadvija Guru Prajna Pujanam Saucham Marjavam Brahmacharyam Mahimshacha Shariram Tapavuchyate. So Deva, that is God, the Supreme Lord, and Dvija, that is Brahmanas, the twice born, Dvija, and Guru, the spiritual master, and Prajna, the worshipable persons, and Pujanam, so worshipping all of them. So worshipping the Supreme Lord and the Brahmanas and Guru and the worshipable personalities, and the Saucham, cleanliness, and Arjavam, simplicity, and Brahmacharyam, celibacy, Ahimsa, non-violence. So all these kinds of things, they are the austerity due to body. Sariram tapa uchyate. Austerity of the body consists in worship of the Supreme Lord, the Brahmanas, the spiritual master, and superiors like the father and mother, and in cleanliness, simplicity, celibacy, and non-violence. These are all austerity due to the body. So that means these are all real austerities we are supposed to do due to the body. And next sloka we are studying austerity due to speech. One man. Anudvegakaram vakyam Satyam priyahitam chayat Swadhyaya vyasanam chaiva vanmayam tapauchyate. So, not agitating. When we speak, it should not disturb others. That's what anudveka karam. So, vakyam. So, the words, whatever the words we speak, it should not disturb anyone. So, then only it is austerity. It is austerity due to speech. So, vakyam. So, that vakyam, it should not disturb. And it should be truthful. Truthfulness, truth, satyam. And it's beneficial for others. So, that's what it's also, it should be liked by others and beneficial to others. Priya hitam chayat. And swadhyaya abhyasanam. Swadhyaya abhyasanam. So that means following the Vedic studies, practicing the abhyasa. Abhyasa means practice. So swadhyaya means Vedic studying. So which is by practicing the Vedas. So for us, Bhagavad Gita is the Vedas. So by practicing this Bhagavad Gita, so that means talk about Bhagavad Gita. Anything we talk about Bhagavad Gita. So that's what Vanmayam Tapa Uchyate. So that is the austerity for the mind, for the speech. Basically, Vanmayam Tapa Uchyate. So voice. Austerity of speech consists in speaking words that are truthful, pleasing, beneficial, and not agitating to others, and also in regularly reciting Vedic literature. So these are all austerity for the speech. Next, austerity for the mind. So, Manaha prasadaga saumyatvam maunam matma vinigragaga bhavasam shuddhirityete tapo manasam uchyate. So, the austerity of mind, so that is satisfaction of the mind, prasadaga, managa prasadaga, and saumatyam means we should talk only one thing. We should not be talking duplicity. So without duplicity towards others, that's what saumyatvam. And maunam means talk only when it is needed. So gravity, maunam. Atma vinigragaga, so having control of the self. We should not give loose talks. We should talk only when there is need. So we should control our speech, control our mind, basically our mind. Atma vinigraha, controlling our mind. Bhava samsuddhir. So it should purify our existence. So that's what bhava samsuddhir. So these are all the austerity of the mind. Tapo manasam uchyate. And satisfaction, simplicity, gravity, self-control, and purification of one's existence are the austerities of the mind. So that way, by Krishna's causeless mercy, we have successfully studied the austerities due to body, speech, and mind. We also studied revised about the yajna, the sacrifice in the mode of goodness, patience, and we studied today about the sacrifice in the mode of ignorance. So by Krishna's causeless mercy, we have successfully finished 16 slokas in the 17th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Now let us chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and focus our mind on the transcendental sound vibration. We'll chant 2 rounds of mantra, which will take roughly 15 minutes. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanath Swaminiti Namini. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namini. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarini. Umajnanattimirandasya Jnanajana Salakaya Chakshuruniritamyena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaurabhakta Vrindam. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Rama Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Rama Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindam Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama. Aruna Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Pranam, Prabhuji.
Pranam Mataji.
Thank you for the class, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. No questions.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Pranam, Prabhuji.
Pranam. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hina Mataji. Hare Krishna. Mithun Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Guruji, for today's class also. Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Mithun Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji, how are you?
By Krishna's classless mercy, I'm fine, Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Guruji, for the wonderful class. So, Guruji, in the foods with mode of goodness, are only fruits, vegetables, those things come, or the food which we cook prasadam?
Yeah, all the foods which are very healthy, which are pleasing to the heart, all the food vegetarian, most of the vegetarian foods they are good only. So of course, onion, garlic, they are not in the mode of goodness. So they are like katva, amila, lavana, ativushna. So like that, when anything if you put in your mouth, if it is very sharp, like taste wise, so then that is in the mode of passion. So the mode of goodness is food that are very juicy, uh, pleasing to the heart, wholesome, like that. There are a lot of, yes, from everything, vegetables, fruits, pulses, everything, grains, everything in the mode of goodness. Yes,
So all the, I mean, like anything like fruits or nuts, like cashew nuts and all. I mean,
see,
all
nuts
those like.
also sometimes dry. If it is dry, like Krishna is saying that tikshna ruksha is dry. So you need to eat it in such a way that it's not very dry. It should be juicy. That is the main thing. Rasa. So there should be rasa in it.
Okay, good. Okay. I mean, even when we cook, I wasn't sure.
Yeah. When you are cooking, then it's fine. Don't eat it in a dry form. That's correct.
Okay, Guruji. Okay, thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Hare Ram.
Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Srinivasan Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Thank you. It's a very detailed class.
Yes, Prabhu, Krishna's mercy. We are enjoying Bhagavad Gita, everything.
Yeah.
Yes, Prabhu.
Certainly.
Yes, Prabhu. We will definitely serve Krishna, Prabhu, very nicely by identifying more devotees.
Now, 2-3 days I could not completely attend the class because I have some guests.
Okay. Yeah, we can follow through our YouTube recordings when you are not able to join at this time.
Yeah. So that I am doing.
Yes, ma'am. That is very helpful. It's all Krishna's mercy only from.
Yeah, exactly. Very kind of you.
Hare
Spreading
Krishna.
the message, that is the ultimate.
Yes, that's what is very important. We need to
Yeah.
identify devotees and give them this knowledge. That's a very important service we need to do. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you
Hare
so much.
Krishna.
Thank you, Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Prabhu. Ashok Bhatt Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare
Very
Krishna.
nice. Very nice.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
Very nice, sir. Very nice.
Very, very nice, Prabhu.
There were
Yes,
some
Prabhu.
flaws in the mind, but we will discuss it in the future.
Yes,
But today,
yes.
today's
Anytime if
lecture
you have
was very
questions.
nice. Very nice. Humble.
Yes,
Humble.
Prabhu.
Hare
Thank you.
Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Ram.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Ram.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prabhu. SK Garg Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare
Guruji, no question from my side. In fact, I missed the today's lecture because of some net connectivity problem. So I was logged in, but there was the voice was not coming.
Yes, Prabhu.
But Guruji, thank you very much for the lecture.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
Prabhu.
Guruji.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
You can follow our YouTube
Yes,
recordings.
Guruji.
Prabhu.
Yes, Guruji. I will do that.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Galaxy M12, Hare Krishna, Hare able to unmute. Lakshmi Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Pranam,
Hare
Guruji.
Pranam, Prabhu.
By the costless mercy of Krishna, I attended today's class very happy. In the first
Yes.
part of the lecture, today's lecture, I learned that we should not give up yajna, dana, tapa, karma. And Bhagavad Gita is it is a source of happiness. And how Arjuna was motivated and encouraged to fight. The same way, knowing the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, we can also behave good in our life and get good results only by the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. That is what
Yes.
we learned in the first part of the lecture. Later, the slokas, the three modes of food of the three modes, that is for good life and for patience and for tamasika food, what are the types we have learned. And then yajna, first in the mode of goodness without expecting results and following scriptures, and by fixing mind of Krishna, that constitute the yajna of goodness. And secondly, desiring for results and for the sake of pride, which is performed, that is in the yajna of in the state of rajasa, that is passion. And then tamasic, that is without any following scriptures, no prasadam, and without chanting, and in a very hopeless way, there is no charity, no remuneration for the priest. All these things, yajna in the mode of ignorance. Three types of tapa you told, that is austerity for goodness, that is respecting Deva, Brahmin, spiritual master, worshipping our parents, and simplicity, maintaining simplicity, cleanliness, ahimsa. This constitutes the austerity of goodness, that is for the body. Then austerities of speech, that is we should not, while speaking, we should not disturb others, we should not talk, that is agitating others, and we should be truthful in our words, and it should be beneficial to others. And we have to follow the Vedic study and practice. And the austerity, ultimately the austerity of mind, that is for the satisfaction, simplicity, no duplicity to others, then maintaining maunam and control on our mind, purity of existence, everything, austerity of mind. These things nicely explained, and I have completely followed and learned everything, understood. Thank you, Guruji.
Very you summarized everything very nicely. Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Asha Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Wonderful class, Guruji. And very interesting also.
Yes, Mataji.
We need your blessings, Guruji.
Krishna's mercy, Mataji.
You are motivating us daily.
Yes, Mataji. By Krishna's causeless mercy, we are continuously studying Bhagavad Gita every day.
Yes, Guruji. Nowadays it is very easy for us.
Yes, very easy. Because we are studying again and again, it becomes really very easy for us to understand everything. Yes.
Thank you so much, Guruji.
Thank
Hare
you,
Krishna.
Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Rama. Hare Krishna. Palniappan Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Hare Hare. Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare.
Hare. So, yeah. Prabhuji explained in detail what you have taught today.
Lakshmi
Very
Prabhu.
interesting. And really speaking, initially you were telling that circumstances decides one faith. That's a very, very important thing, including Gita, that you have explained in a very, very nice way. How the circumstances decides one's faith on anything. That's a psychology of human. That is more important to learn and then understand. Most of the Gita, I feel, psychologically, it is very, very clear. Many places it is giving how the human being have to behave as well as not to behave. Both the things in a psychological in a very nice way. And even I think complete 17th chapter is going to give us totally in practice what you have to do.
Yes, correct.
If understood properly, it is most of the things other chapters are telling theory, and in the 17th chapter is giving in totality how in practice we have to follow. That's the thing in short I can understand the way the slogas is explained in a way that is the thing I understood. Thank you, Guruji. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Rama. Hare Krishna. Sumati Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Thank
Hare
you for
Krishna.
the class, Guruji.
Thank
you for telling us this chapter which explains how to live life itself. What we
Yes.
think, eat, say, do, perform, everything, all
everything.
aspects. It is covering. So it's like the what shall I say? The rule book of how to live life.
How to live, how to do our daily
How
life.
to conduct ourselves on a daily basis. Thank you, Guruji. And thank you to Lakshmi Sridhar Prabhu also for every day summarizing the
Everything
class.
is
So
catching.
nicely he summarizes. Thank you for that also, Guruji.
Yes,
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Rama. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Mohanan Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Pranam Guruji.
Pranam Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Thank you so much for the wonderful class, Guruji. Really enjoyed the class. And all slogas are very, very important. And the learning is something we should practice it. That is what the success is. That is what the very important things.
That is correct.
Krishna has given. If we follow all these slogas, then we can live an ideal life, Guruji. The only thing is we should practice it. That is what the most important things.
That's mercy, it will happen. Prabhu. He will make us to practice, no doubt. He's giving us
Thank
the
you,
knowledge.
Guruji. Thank you so much, Guruji. Yes, Guruji. Yes, Guruji. All slogas are very, very important, and it is very simple also. But the only thing is we don't follow it. That's what the problem is.
When we are
Yes,
finding
Guruji.
out more devotees and then we act together, serve together, then it will become very easy for us to follow. It will happen. Krishna's mercy.
Yes,
Krishna is
Guruji. Yes, Guruji.
Hare.
Yes, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Guruji. Thank you. Thank you.
Mahendra Shukla Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare
Dandavat
Krishna.
Pranam. Hare
Dhanyavad
Krishna,
Prabhu.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Hare.
Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
Kumba Nandri, sir.
Nandi Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Brinda Mataji. Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank
Mataji.
you for the class. Food is such an important item. It's a daily need, and we really need to offer to Krishna in the right way and have it ourselves, Guruji. Thank you so much for all your efforts, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare.
Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Jyoti Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Guruji. Thank you for keeping us in Krishna consciousness. Starting,
Yes,
I missed actually. Yesterday was Ekadashi, so today
Yes.
I was busy in that for preparing food and all. So I didn't
So
join
you
that.
can follow in our YouTube. Yes, Mother. I will
Yes,
immediately
Guruji, I will
send
follow.
the YouTube. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Guruji.
Yes,
Hare
ma'am.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Rama. Hare Krishna. Lisa Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you for the class today, Guruji. Today the class had so much information that we can actually process and include in
Yes.
our daily routine.
Daily. Yes,
Yes,
Mataji. That's
Guruji.
correct.
Everything, the way we speak, the way we conduct ourselves, the food we eat, actually according to our scriptures, the food that is in goodness and that is sattvic is the food that we all have been avoiding lately. The dairy
That is
products,
correct.
the rice, the sugar, the wheat. So we have to again take a very hard look. And actually, as we study Bhagavad Gita, as we learn, we can bring about these changes in our daily life.
That is correct.
Yes, Guruji, even the seeds and nuts, once we soak them, I guess they will lose their dryness.
That is
So they
correct.
can
That
be included.
Mm.
And other than that, also the way we conduct ourselves, everything. So as we study, as we learn, if we bring about these changes in our daily routine, it will become much, much more meaningful.
Yes.
So
No
Guruji,
doubt.
let us hope that we all change as we study Bhagavad Gita. Thank you for the effort, Guruji. Thank you for your
Thank you,
effort.
Mataji. Hare Krishna. It's
Hare
all
Krishna,
Krishna.
Guruji.
Mercy to us.
Hare
Hare Krishna. Hare Ram. Hare Krishna. Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Sunil Shivas Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Prabhu.
हरे कृष्ण गुरु जी, दंडवत प्रणाम
Hare
गुरु जी।
Krishna. Dandavad pranams Prabhu.
हरे
Hare Krishna.
कृष्ण 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 कृष्ण
Krishna
हरे
Krishna.
हरे,
Hare
हरे
Hare.
राम
Hare
राम
Ram.
राम
Hare
राम हरे
Ram.
हरे।
Ram Ram. Hare Hare. Hare
हरे
Krishna.
कृष्ण गुरु जी, प्रणाम।
Pranam Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Anita Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Pranam Guruji.
Pranam
Hare,
Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. Very nice
Hare Ram.
for the
Hare
class.
Krishna. Yes, Mataji.
Ah, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram.
Krishna. Hare Ram. Hare Krishna. Hare
Ram
Krishna.
Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
Hare
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 Krishna.
Krishna. Mataji. Hare Ram. Hare Krishna.
Hare Ram. Jai Ho Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Venkatanaga Arjun Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare
Hare
Krishna Guruji. Hare Krishna. Thank you Guruji for today class.
Thank you,
Dhanyawad
Prabhu.
Guruji. Hare Krishna
Dhanyavad
Guruji.
Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Mani Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
So as Suklaji said, thanking in other word does not give that vibration. So I will say Nandri, Namaskaram.
Yes, Prabhu.
So the R sound is the Krishna sound. That is why in Vishnu Sahasranamam you find the whole verse there will be a R sound will be there. Ra
Yes,
sound
Prabhu.
will be there. So it's
Yes,
sound.
Prabhu.
So today class also very, very good. So what is the beauty of Krishna? In Bhagavad Gita, he predicted, though he was in the Treta Yuga or Kali Yuga, he preached us about the food habits. Anything juicy that will be helpful for your body and soul. Anything you eat, carbonized food, it is going to be a deteriorating for you, for everybody. So very clearly it is stated, select your food so that your mind will occupy for the sattvic mind. Sattvic mind always provide you that space where you Krishna in a purest manner. He predicted
Yes.
he is best doctor. So we have to accept that no, even after 5 years, 5,000 years, he predicted very wisely. Anything
Yeah.
below, land food. That means a potato, all that which is grown, I mean, below the land is harmful. That is very clear. That is why we are getting sugar and all the problems. So anything above earth, I mean land, that is the sattvic food. Unfortunately, our children's going in a different path. We can advise, but we do not know. They are choosing their own food, their own way. It's not good. So we can't help it. It has to happen on natural manner. Thank you, Guruji, for today's class. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Rama Rama.
Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama
Yeah.
Rama, Hare
So
Hare
all
Krishna.
credit goes to your Guruji. Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Sometimes Guruji, the 3 groups are there, WhatsApp groups. We can continue with one group. Today, Launchpad, some problem has happened. It has not launched
Yeah, we
properly.
will mix
Zoom
it. I
was
think
not
for
coming
Bangalore
properly.
we have 3 groups, but you can leave 2 groups and you can be in one group. That's the best thing. We will slowly fix it. We'll fix it.
Yeah. We keep one group so that it will be easy. Otherwise,
Yes, that will be.
a lot of data is coming in a different group.
That
Thank
is
you,
correct.
Guruji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Manoranjan Sagu Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna ji.
Hare Krishna.
This mantra, how to activate mind, body, and these things nicely presented. Really, it is very high time for us to go through deeply, and this is the only means. By saying is not enough, and all the devotees and Mani Prabhu and all the devotees very sincere expressed their feelings to devotions, divinity, and to Lord. And really, Guruji, because of you, we are in this class. Otherwise, the life would be worthless. Life will be trial. And with this class, we enjoy, and almost all should have this golden opportunity. This is the golden opportunity, how the student be involved. That is a very good concept for us. Modern generation is wrong track. So, Gita is the healer for our these maladies, the modern ills, the materialistic attitude, the only for concerned with only artificiality. So it is the only way. Only read Gita, and Krishna, Lord Krishna is very sympathetic to us. And and Arjuna is the fittest. I'm very surprised. So many devotees are there, and Arjuna, how is he selected? Because of also he may be archery expert, what it may be, but he has a total render dedicated to Lord Krishna. Although he got married with his sister, whatever may be, whatever the situations, it is a great lesson for us. So, and through Arjuna, because Arjuna is such a disciple for which we are getting this knowledge. Otherwise, we would not have got this knowledge. His inquiring mind, Jigyasu, Anisandhichu, and ultimately surrendered to Krishna. Is a great. He plays with him, also friend, also although he respects, highly adore him, Lord Krishna. And really great lesson for us. And really you are Guruji, because of you and Prabhupada and all the devotees of ISKCON, we are enjoying this class. And we are fortunate. By saying is not enough, really. This kind of devotion is required. We have to, by saying is not enough. We have to be emotional and more devoted. And our forefathers were much more dedicated than us. I see there was all Bhagavad Tungis in all villages. And in nowadays it is no more. And olden times, and we should go to into our forefathers. They were much more dedicated than us, and we have to follow our forefathers. And they were, and really Guruji, because of your sincere efforts, endeavor, we are getting this knowledge, and we have to. And Lord Prabhupada also has rendered a great service contribution. Srimad Bhagavatam, volumes and volumes of books, the Godhead magazine, and all the devotees. My sincere request to all devotees: only this jnana, by reading these books of Prabhupada, we can enlighten. And within a month, if you are sincere efforts, we can thousands of books, all the publication of Prabhupada books we can possess. And we show our Guruji, we have all these books by published by ISKCON organization, and so we can feel this is our great wealth. This is our real, this divine knowledge, divine treasure, what Prabhupada has rendered at this last stage, and we should get it. And by hook or crook, if you are sincere, we can possess. Within a month, my request to all devotees, we should possess all the Supreme Godhead, the voluminous book, Lord Krishna, and all the books. So, thank you, Guruji. Pranam, Guruji. Satata Naman, Naman, Naman.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Let us listen to Srila Prabhupada's Kirtan. Hare Krishna.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,